Well, hey kids. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to try. Let me get out of there. Go sit down. Sit. Don't even start. Sit, dog. Hey, King of Chuck. What's up, man? Hey, Palm Limit. Oh, well, folks. Hey, Miss Shar. How you doing? I'm going to give it a little minute. Let everybody get in here before I start. So, hey, Gene Callahan. How you doing? What's going on? Third, fourth. Hey, Smoking, what's going on? Hey, Chip, how you doing, man? Hey, Chief, evening. How you doing? Gonna wait a little bit, let everybody get into the live stream before we go on. Hey, Alan. Hey, Mark, what's happening? Oh, man, tired isn't the word for it. Hey, Mo 911, what's happening? Dog, don't start. Anyhow, I am at Hop O Nose. That's right, Hop Hopone, Hop O Nose Marina here in Catskill, New York. Off a little up a little creek up off of the Hudson River. And man, I'm telling you, I am beat up tonight. Hey, Bosun. Hey, Palm Limit. I have an adventure. I don't think I've ever been angrier than what I was earlier today. Yes, Miss Shar. Hop O Nose. Yep. I don't know why. It's just Hop O Nose is the name of the marina. So here's what happened. First of all, I want to say thank you to the lock operator who told me to go down through the Waterford 5 instead of waiting till this morning to do that, because that was very much the right idea to do that for a couple of reasons. One, there's no way I would have been able to do that and make it here in time. I just made it here just a little bit ago. Also, the services were much better down at the bottom of the locks than they were where I was at up above the locks. So I want to thank him to start out with. But I left fairly early this morning. Had the current going with me, was making 7 knots, was making great time. And my picture just froze up. Sure, what the hell else can go wrong tonight? I don't know if anybody can hear me or not. Can you guys hear me? Because Akula just said evening, Carl. Can you guys hear me? You see and hear me fine. Okay, because the picture at my end just froze up. I don't. It's froze for you guys too, but you can hear me. That's stupid shit. I am so freaking tired of YouTube. They got to get their shit together. They really do. Video is frozen. Okay. I don't know how to unfreeze this, guys. It's not letting me do anything. There it unfroze. I don't know what button I hit, but it unfroze. So let's try this again. Even did refresh. Okay. Yeah, today, Chuck, I am, and you'll understand why when I tell you. First of all, in the Hudson River, there's no such thing as a no-wake zone. Now, the way Wardell set up my rig here on the boat for carrying my mast, yes, I'm okay now. We all are. Was rickety at best and was difficult to operate with going down the canal, let alone try starting over and howdy y'all. Hey, Outcast. Okay, you know, that's not a bad idea. How's everybody doing today? Let's start with that. Good idea. So anyhow, going down the Hudson River, I had some boats go by that threw really big wakes. And my rig would bounce back and forth, not a big deal. Well, then I had one Yahoo go by with about a 70-foot speed, huge big speed cabin cruiser race type yacht, but a big honking thing. And he threw up a huge wake just right in front of me. And when I went through the wake, it was so big that my mast bounced up out of the wood frame that's holding it up on the bow and tried to go into the river. Um, the whole mast came up out of the harness, bounced over the side, and was hanging off of my my starboard side. So, yes, hitting the Hudson quite literally. Scared the hell out of me. It was the one thing that I've always been afraid was going to happen. It was my biggest fear coming down the canal, was because this way this thing was rigged up. It was pretty rickety, the way Wardell said it. And Lily, go lay down. Don't even start. Kennel. I'm not dealing with you tonight. Kennel. You've been a pain in the butt all day. Here. There. Anyhow, boat captain is responsible for his wake. Yeah, well, good luck with that, Akula. I did not get the name of the boat. I can tell you it had a big blue hull and a white top, but I was a little busy at the moment, freaking out trying to save my mast from going over the side and going into the river. I had to quickly put it in a neutral and drop it out of gear and shut the engine down. And I tried to run forward. It was way more than I could pick up and move. There's no way, especially with my hurt shoulder. What do I figure the mast weighs? I don't know, but I would say that end of the mast weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 pounds, at least. So anyhow, then another boat came by, and then that same butthead had turned around and came back, and I think he came back to wake me again because I yelled at him and I flipped him off when he did it the first time. Anyhow, he came back and he saw my mast hanging off to the side, and he did a quick 180, spun around and went back the other direction, thus waking me 2 more times. So I damn near went over the side. The mast almost went over the side. It was just a disaster, just an absolute disaster. I was able to pull over into this little marina off the side in this little side channel. And as I was pulling in, I saw some people on the dock, and I was like, hey, I need some help. Could you guys come give me a hand? And hey, Andy. And sure enough, those guys came, and they brought 3 or 4 of their friends over to help. And so we tied the boat up to the dock, but we tied the bow in really, so I'm overhanging the dock really, sort of wedged in, angled in. And those guys picked up my mast and set it back up in the cradle. So I was able to set the cradle back up and get it retied and resecured. I added more lines to it, and more lines to it, trying to get better control over it. But it was a real hot, because it was 90 degrees today, it was a hot, hairy ride. And the worst part of that is the amount of time that guy delayed me in making forward progress. The tide turned. I only had 2 hours left. The tide turned, and now I had 4 hours left. Because instead of going from making 7 miles an hour, I dropped down to making less than 4 miles an hour. Because now all of a sudden I had the tide coming in, and that changed the current flow, and it slowed me down. So, needless to say, when I got here, I was hot, exhausted, sweating, borderline heat stroke. Someone had Daddy's boat. I don't know what the deal was. It was a fairly young guy running it, but yes, Chip, you're absolutely correct. We should focus on the positives, and these folks at this little marina there were really helpful to me, and they got the mast put back up just by a bunch of guys coming down there, lifting it up and setting it in place. So, anyhow, and yes, I expect I would get more of that towards New York, and I expect that out in the saltwater. I really do. But my mast won't be in this rickety position while I'm going through all that. So, I mean, ultimately it's my responsibility. But I've never toted a mast before, so I thought I was good the way I had it. But the more I went down the canal, the more rickety I realized just how bad this situation is and how poorly done it is. And so anyhow, I'm here. So then, to add insult to injury, They've parked me here in a slip at Hoponos where I can't get electricity. My power cord doesn't reach. So I'm gonna have to fire up my generator tonight. I've called the guy and texted the guy. He's gone for the evening. So I can't run my generator right now. I guess I can. I can start up here in a little bit, but I'm gonna have to run my generator tonight because I can't reach electricity. I don't know what else to do. I would turn my boat around, but some Yahoo parked his little runabout right up my butt. So I can't even turn the boat around so that because my power is on the back of the boat. That way I could reach the electric meter and have 30 amp service. But I can't even back up right now because this idiot parked right behind me. So I'm kind of wedged in here and stuck at the moment. Not a happy camper. I'm not a happy camper right now. I'm not very impressed with Hoponos. So what did I miss in the chat? So yeah, there's some nice people in the world. That certainly is. Those people at the Marina that helped me out, they're typical boat people. I would expect that. But those morons that waked me coming out, I mean, there was at least a dozen boats, big boats, yachts, that could just care less that there was a sailboat motoring up along through there. So, tipped you over. Well, it wouldn't have tipped me over, Miss Shar, but I would not have liked losing my mast over the side. So, you'll come along with, well, yeah, that's right. That's right. There are some good and some bad, Trav. Along the way, that was nice of them to help out. Certainly was. Any damages to the mast or boat? Yes. The mast actually is fine, but I don't know if you can see it, that steel bar right there is bent forward. It's not a major problem. It can work just fine bent forward like that, but that bent forward. Surprisingly, there was this little, on the very bow of the boat, there was this little piece of cotton rope, little cheap crap 1/4 inch cotton rope that was just hanging out there. I have no idea what it was for. But for some reason, when we had the mast tied up there, I took that line and I tied it up around the mast just to tie it down one more time. Well, that little piece of crappy 1/4 inch rope saved the day. That was the piece of rope that stopped the mast from going forward and going straight out into the river. So it's just amazing how a little piece like that can make a difference, but it did. So one of those days, I guess. Yep, that's right, Andy. King of Chuck, they have Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi doesn't work for me to do live stream. I tried it and it crapped out on me. So move his boat out of the way. Yeah. Yes. They do have showers, palm limit, and yes, I will be getting one of those fairly soon. Oh, why I was put in timeout yesterday. Tracy, I don't know why you were put in timeout yesterday. I think it was an accident. I think somebody was trying to get the person next to you, but the chat moves up very quickly as it's going, and so they got you instead. That's the problem with having a lot of moderators that don't have a lot of experience. So, hey, Jan, how much did you end up having to pay Carl High and Aloha, by the way? How much did I end up having to pay for what? I don't know what you're referring to. Yep, stink boats. That's right, Doc. All this is going to delay the raising of the mast. No, it's not going to delay the raising of the mast at all. They're going to raise the mast on Monday. That was the plan all along. So we're going to raise the mast on Monday. These guys that you can see in the picture behind me, they just had their mast dropped today. So they had theirs down today. They're leaving in the morning, and then I'm going to move over to their spot and have mine put up. So first bad day in 25, right? That's right, Mike. Yes, that's right. My first bad day in 25. Ask the guy on the boat to let you have power. It's not, and it won't work like that. I hit you by accident. Yep, Gene hit you by accident. It's not a big deal. For raising the mast. I don't know yet. I think it's $4 a foot. 36 foot at $4 a foot. Yep, Monday is a day. Here's young today, and yep, I'm a grandpa too. Well, hey, Tracy, that's cool. Very cool. I'm glad to hear that, man. Can't wait to see the sails up. Trav, you and me both. I'm actually looking at the schedule since we're putting the mast up on Monday. I don't know what time on Monday. But I'm gonna have to then finish rigging out the boat. I'm gonna have to get the boom set and run all the lines and. They're gonna set it and tweak it and tighten it down, but I'm gonna have to, you know, put the sails on and that kind of stuff. So I'm probably going to be here and not leave here till Tuesday morning. That's my plan right now, is to leave here on Tuesday morning. So, oh, happy birthday, Tracy. Yeah, I didn't even catch that. Okay, 52. Wow, you're just a pup. The message, yes, much better. Only even with your troubles today, it's still better than your previous life, I'm guessing. That's right, Richard. That's exactly right. You are absolutely correct. Any rigging issues? Yeah, I've got to work on some wiring, um, which is another thing I'm going to have to figure out some way of twisting the boat around so I can work on the dock and work on the wiring on the bow, because I've got to change some of the wiring connections and stuff. You may have an extra power cord you can borrow. Oh, maybe. That's all you mothers. There you go. Yeah, happy Father's Day, everybody. That's right. Yeah, tomorrow's Father's Day, isn't it? Isn't that what it is, tomorrow? So that's very cool. Oh, 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 gosh. You guys look horrible like that. Yes, Mike, I am paying for a slip here. It's normally $2 a foot, but since they're doing my mast, it's only $1 a foot. May have to rewire the mast tomorrow. Should be fine. No, I don't have to rewire the mast, Austin. It's just the wire. It's just the connections have gotten corroded. I just got to clean up the connections. That, I'm sure that's all it's going to be. So, oh, shoulder hurts, guys. Your shoulder still hurts. It's better, but after everything that it went through today, man, so much for resting it, huh? Well, the good news is I'm going to rest it tomorrow. So the stays are solid. Yes, the stays are solid. Yep. Oh, thanks, Trav. Appreciate it. Wife tells me no cards or gifts. You are not my father. There you go. There you go. Yep. Huh. Then you can walk the small boat behind you to a different place. It's your slip. You can enter and leave as you wish. Yeah, right? Age is 66. Wow. Peaceful Dawn, 66. I'll be turning 60 in August. August 11th, I turn 60. The big 6-0. Wow. Man, how time has flown by. How long are you planning to stay at the marina, and what's your next stop? I'll be leaving here on Tuesday, and I don't know what my next stop's going to be yet. I'll figure that out next day or two. So, Peaceful Dawn, December 31st, 51. Wow. Chip, true. Yep, 59. Mark, yep, 61, 69, 69, 70 in Niv. 55, I think. Been turning 25 in August. Austin, you're just a child, man. You're just a munchkin. Diane, 65. Wow, very cool. Yeah, we have people of vintage here in our group. That's what this is telling me. How many times did Carl use the F word today? Oh man, pilot, more than you want to count. Oh, check your nav lights on the mast before you put it up. That's what I'm working on, Tracy. I'm working on the nav lights and the mast light. That's exactly what I'm working on. So, fart. Yep. Place of birth, New York City. Okay. Hempstead, New York. Peaceful Dawn was born in New York City. I was born in Hempstead, New York, on Long Island. A young buck, 29 here. Wow. Yep. Yep. Trav's just a child. Just a child. That's all right. We've got younger people than that watching from time to time. So, and that's him. Yeah, pretty much. That'd be pretty close. That's what I can learn. That's what. There you go, Austin. When my mama complained to me about my dad, I would tell her that, Mom, that was your hand-picked selection. She would laugh at me and say, at least he isn't a blood relative. There you go. Frank Daniels, 58. Hey, Frank, how you doing? You should say 45 to 40, 13, and 5. Okay, welcome to the Hudson. Yeah. And support from this community. Doug, I am too, man. I really am too. So can they do a keel step mast? I think so. Yeah, I think they can do any mast. So 56. Doug Ditto. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Wonderful group of people here, and I am very pleased with the fact that I've gotten as far as I have. So who wouldn't let you stream, Carl? Mary, the restaurant here. I went in to sit down at the restaurant. I told her I'm going to be doing my live stream. I just given her a heads up, and she said no, that they didn't want me doing that because I would be infringing on the privacy of the other people eating in the restaurant. It's like, whatever, okay. So I couldn't live stream from the restaurant. I went in there to have, actually I went in there, I drank two glasses of ice cold water, 2 beers, and a burger, which I just inhaled. I really went in there for the air conditioning and the cold beverages, but so do you put new coin or reuse the old one under the mast? You know, there's a good question because there was no coin under my mast. So I probably should put a coin underneath there, but there was no coin before. I'm not sure I have a good coin for that, but I'll put something down there. No, I wouldn't give that restaurant any, service was slow. They wouldn't let me do the live stream there. It was just a big negative. So, yeah, so far Hoppo Nose has been a big fail. So, New York is rude sometimes. Hey, Wood Beast, I'm from New York. I get that. I understand. So, yes, Peaceful Dawn. Traditionally, it's common to have a coin that you put at the base of your mast. It's an old good luck thing. So, have you heard of the new T composites? Yes, I have. Yep, I have seen some of that stuff. The thing about buying it for the cockpit of your boat. Oh, that might be an idea, Austin. Did you tell her that she was the first person? Yes, I did. And she didn't care. And she didn't care. Yeah, I made that very clear to her, and she wasn't impressed regardless. So she was sticking to her guns that she didn't want the rest of her guests disturbed or have their privacy. And I was just about to get into the conversation with her that when you're in a public restaurant, there's no expectation of privacy there, but oh well. It's her restaurant. She can do whatever she wants to do in her restaurant. Yep. I had the choice of eating there or not, and at that point, I went ahead and had my 2 beers, ate, and got out. Mike, I was going to do the gin poll, but I hurt my shoulder a couple days ago, so I decided to come here and let them put the mast up because my shoulders hurt. No, I don't agree with that, Doug. I think there's still a lot of good people in New York. Anything to seal up on the deck before they put up the mast? No, no, no. Everything up on there is fine. Oh. I called and texted the guy that runs this place, hoping he would come over and fix the electric issue, but apparently not. So I guess I'm gonna have to run my generator for a couple hours. No shoes, no shirt, no steaming, no service. Yeah, well, no money then. Onto her route, okay. You know it, just saying. Yeah, but Doug, you know, it's always been my experience that people in New York have always been pretty good. Not necessarily rude, just busy, you know. They're doing stuff in a New York minute. So most folks in New York are busy, they've got something going on, so they don't have the time. No, yeah, you go. Yep. Oh. Yeah, I don't think this guy's gonna show up, so. And I don't know whose boat this is. I figured it was somebody up that went up there to go eat or something. I don't know whose boat it is, but it's very definitely in the way. I guess I could untie it and push it around the side. Get it pushed around and tied over on that boat. Let it block that bay liner instead of blocking me. Then I'd have to start my engine, back out, turn around, and back in. Oh well. What an ordeal. Yeah, that's true, Chip. You do meet good and bad people wherever you go. Coin like a quarter or a dime, that kind of coin. Yes, pilot. 1,000 irons in the fire at once. Yep. Do you have, so you do have electric? Are there showers in stores? Mary, I do not have electric right now. I'll have to hook up my generator or turn my boat around, one of the two. There are showers and bathrooms here, and there are stores. There's a super Walmart actually, but it's about a mile away. So, no, not good for the publicity to do that stuff, but they didn't care. They're packed. That place was packed. In fact, I was lucky she let me go in and eat. So the people that came in, there was a couple that came in right behind me that didn't have reservations, and she turned them away. So do it live feed, yeah. When was the last you were in New York? Oh wow. Um, you mean New York City, of course, no plastic. Probably 10, 15 years ago. It hasn't changed much. It's her right to protect customers. The other party is rude to expect anything you may want. I disagree with that, Rhonda. In a public restaurant, there's no expectations of privacy. I disagree with that. Hey, what's going on with the boat? Caroline, what's going on with the boat is I am at Hop O Nose. That's right, Hop O Nose Marina in Catskill, New York, down the Hudson River, and I am waiting to put my mast up, which is going to go up on Monday. So, how do you get your mast back on deck? That was good, Austin. I pulled into a marina that was down the way and screamed to some guys that were there on other boats to come over and give me a hand. They grabbed 4 or 5 guys, and we pulled the bow of the boat in so that the guys could, get to the mast, and they just simply picked it up and put it in its place. So, uh, what is the blocking boat ID? I have no idea. Make good video, we'll all watch. Extension cord. Yeah, well, I would need a 30 amp extension cord, 12 degrees, and I don't have one. I probably should buy uh, a second 30 amp cord so I can connect them together, but I do not have one as of right now. Oh, my back's killing me. I have told her to go to hell and wouldn't have eaten there, but that's the Jersey in me. There you go, Frank. Yep. No expectation of privacy when you have open up private property for the purpose of making money. That's correct, Andy. Right to refuse service. I wouldn't want to eat beside someone doing that. No. Sailing, I've done live streams from numerous restaurants without any problem whatsoever. In fact, 99 times out of 100 so far, it's been fun for everybody involved. Everyone seems to have enjoyed it. So maybe you wouldn't want to eat beside someone doing that, but that's you. You don't seem to be a very outgoing person. Restaurant is a public place, but proprietor can refuse run treatment. Yep, true, Mike. You seem a little lonely, first mate. Things still on. Yeah, I'm not lonely right now, Don. I'm just angry and tired. So, what? The mast did slip on? No, the mast almost fell off the boat. No plastic. Very cool. I'm excited to see your mast go back up and see you sailing. I am too. Marina phone number is 518-943-4640. There you go. Yep, sounds about right. Neighbor has one you could borrow. Yeah, they're leaving really early in the morning, Mark, so that probably won't work. They're going to be leaving bright and squirrely in the morning, so. No, I'll figure it out. Either I'll start the generator, which would be the simplest thing for me to do, or I'll either move this boat or wait for them to move, and then I'll turn my boat around so I'm facing the other direction, and that'll save me about 30 feet of cord, and I'll be able to reach the power too. So, although it's a little tricky getting over to the electric cord, there's a bunch of poison ivy over there, so I'm trying to reach over and plug it in without getting too close to it. Move the boat, yep. Yep. Where's the dog? I just put the dog down below because she's been a pain in the butt all day today. I've been rather upset with her, but I've been angry anyway and maybe to some degree taking it out on her. So I probably owe her a little bit. I've already taken her for a walk. She's already gotten plenty to eat and drink. I just put her down below and let her settle down back there and rest. So. Wrap your arm in a trash bag and plug in. Yeah, right? If you start running the generator, your neighbors must just give you a cord to shut the generator off. Well, they might just do that, yeah. Yeah, they might just do that, so. Yes, Lily is always top priority. I try to keep her safe, and I try to keep her. Why was Mark Gotham timed out, Rhonda? Why did you time out Mark Gotham? I didn't see the comment. Mark usually is pretty good. I show you what poison ivy looks like. Mike, I would love to, but no, I'm not going to get off the boat right now and do that. I'm trying to rest. I'm just exhausted. So, yeah, Rhonda, what did Mark say? Hidden war going on in chat, maybe so. Oh, he attacked you. Okay, well, I'm sorry. From the ivy. Yeah, I know that. Because he said timeout, Rhonda. Okay, well, it's all timeout. Well, and Mike have an electronic dispute. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, just because he said timeout, Rhonda, doesn't mean you should have timed him out, I guess, but whatever. I'm going to try to stay out of your squabbles, but yeah, don't mess with Rhonda. She is the queen bee of the moderators, that's for sure. So, all right, whatever. Let's move on. Okay, I don't want to deal with any of this crap tonight. So let's just move on. It was just a joke. If a person can't take a joke, that's pretty sad. Time me out, Rhonda. Yeah, okay, let's let it go. Let's move on, guys. So I'm here. I'm going to be here tonight. I'm going to hang out tomorrow. I'm going to work on some video tomorrow if I can get some power. I know I keep promising that, but I'm going to try to get some stuff done. I need to fill up my 2 5-gallon diesel cans. They're empty. I want to tell you guys. Douglas, Doug, you're still in here. Okay. Tequila Sunrise Carl. Oh, Trav, you got that right. Tonight's a good night for one. No, I added. Ow. Sorry, my back's a little bad, but I added this stuff. I know the lettering is backwards, but you guys can still see it. Okay, it's power service, diesel clean, and octane boost, injector cleaner, and performance improver. I used to use this stuff up in Alaska all the time in my diesel. We would add that to improve the quality of the diesel fuel. Well, I dumped some of that in the tank with 15 gallons of fresh fuel. And I'll tell you what, man, old Mr. Ferryman just smoothed out and ran beautifully all day today. He really liked that diesel clean. So, yeah, the boat really liked that. And so the engine ran just beautifully all day today. Very, very smooth. It really smoothed it out and took a little bit of the little low RPM knocking and stuff out of it. So it really did a nice job. So I mixed it with tequila. Oh no. Yeah, we're not going to do that. So I just choked on a pretzel like the kind I sent you, Carl. Hey, Frank. Peanut butter pretzel. Those are good, man. Those are good. So anyhow, that was good today. Budweiser, cheers from all the guys. There you go. Damn spell check. Yeah, I understood that. Logo about completing the Erie Canal. Oh, that might be an idea. Looks fine. I'm dyslexic. Yeah. Anyhow, this is. Let me show you guys around a little bit. This is what this area looks like. Oh, let me get the battery up. So it's just little It's just a little marina up a creek here in Catskill. Um, if I if I were to go out that way, go out and around that corner and go out that way, that would run me back out to the Hudson River. So I'm about, I don't know, a quarter of a mile or so, maybe a little more, off of the Hudson River right now, which is nice. So we have tide to deal with here, but hardly anything in the way of wakes. So ask those guys to help you tell them, get ready to hear the generator. Jeff, I'll take care of it. Don't worry. I like these live streams with no plastic. Cool, cool. Comes from the exhaust. Nope, 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 nope. Yes, Don, it's a very nice evening right now. So my son has been watching Rhonda's swimsuit video over and over with the door locked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Harpoon IPA, there you go. Yeah, I can't really believe that somebody tied up like that either, so. Yeah, there you go. I should just tie it behind my boat and take it for a dinghy, huh? I'm also watching a live stream of 24 hours of lemons while barbecuing. Life is good. Okay. Sailing, get him help quick. Yep. At least you were not get weight there. No. No, this should be a nice quiet spot and fairly shady. A lot of trees up and around to protect me from the sun. So even though it's going to get very hot tomorrow, it shouldn't be too bad here. So got that right. Okay. What kind of boat is blocking me? I don't know what it is. Some sort of little bow rider. It says it's a Stingray. It's actually kind of a moldy looking bow rider. So yeah, I don't think the Marina's going to answer the phone right now. I called the Marina earlier to tell them about the electric, and I got an answering machine. So Le Mans, there you go. What is the parts per gallon that you add? 12 degrees. This bottle actually is good for 100 gallons, and so I just dumped a little bit in what I thought was appropriate for 15 gallons. So not quite 20%, but a little bit more than 10. Maybe I was a little heavy-handed with it actually. So I've got 2 more bottles of that, so I've got plenty of that to add in, and I'm going to do so every so often. I'll add some of that in. So line fell off, and now that little boat is adrift. Yeah, right. Can you hold the bottle up again? Know what you wanted to see? It's backwards, I know, but that company makes a few different products. They have a 911, which we used to use up in Alaska whenever our fuel line froze up. You'd pour that stuff in, it would thaw out your fuel line. And then they make some regular stuff that we would add all the time just to add to our diesel so our diesel wouldn't freeze up in Alaska. So I was listening to the audio of your diesel on my surround sound. Sounds perfect. Yeah, Doug, it really is running good. What time did you get in today? Frank, I got in here about 6:30 p.m. I would have been here much earlier, but I had to monkey around with getting my mast put back up on deck after getting waked by some Yahoo out there in the Hudson. So, and then of course I got behind on the tide, and so that really slowed me down because I was working against the incoming tide. So, that caused Carl problems there. I wish not to cause Carl. What do you mean? Why would you be causing me problems? Oh, you want to call for me? I see. Okay, yeah. Don't worry about it. The diesel been running crank lately. I know the diesel's been running perfect lately. Perfect, absolutely perfect. 95 here on the Ohio River today, crazy hot. Hope you don't get that tomorrow. Yeah, we're supposed to, Joe. It's supposed to hit like 95 tomorrow. Film through a mirror to get the video correct. I could do that. Best to let him and the mods handle it. There you go. The mast fell into the water. Yes, Carolyn. The front end, the mast on the bow, bounced out of its rack, which means it had, I mean, it bounced pretty high. It bounced like 1.5 feet up out of the rack because of the way the wake was going through, and came down off the side and tried to slide down over the side of the boat and into the river. And this little cheap piece of crap 1/4 inch cotton line scrap of line up there that I tied on it, that's actually what saved it. So I forgot, now you have to worry about tides too. Yep, tides. And the tides generally aren't a problem, Frank, except when you're on something like a river like this, because then the tides are working against you. So like Tuesday when I leave, I'm going to leave here about 8:30 or so in the morning, and I'll have the tide going out at that time. So I'll make really good time for like 6 hours or so, and then the tide will start coming in. So I'm going to have to make whatever time I can make during that 6-hour run, and at the end of that 6 hours, that's as far as I'm going to get. I'm going to have to find some place to park it for the night at that point. So, because trying to fight the tide is just ridiculous. You know, I'm only making like 3.8 to 4 miles an hour when the tide's coming in. It's just way too slow. So I'm gonna have to break up my downriver trip into 6-hour increments. Yes, Doug, you're right. I am very lucky I didn't lose the mast. So my rope. There you go. Did you make it to the place and have the mast put up? Joe, I am at the place, but we're putting the mast up on Monday. On Monday, or get hurt. That's right, whole shot. I didn't get hurt either. Yanked my shoulder a little bit, but not too bad. Yep, 6 hours max a day. That's it. And just advertise that season 2 is now available. Yeah, Chief, I'd seen that. Yep, season 2 is just starting. Yes, pilot is a nut. Nylon strap clamp. Yeah, I don't know. What I did do when I added lines to it today, I put a ratchet strap on it and tightened that down. That seemed like it helped. No, Tracy, I've not been doing any fishing. I've been on the go. I've just been on the go. So I'm going to be here all day tomorrow and probably all day Monday. Tomorrow I'm going to be working on the wiring. Monday I'm going to be working on finishing up the rigging, getting the sails mounted, the boom put up, and all that kind of stuff, and restoring the boat back to a sailboat again. And won't that be nice? And then I'll roll out of here early on Tuesday and start heading downstream. So yes, I agree, Don. Cruising should not be so stressful. But you know, hey, so you had one day. So can you show the gin pole? There it is. Can you see it in the trees there? That's the pole right there. Oh, it's right there. Only here, how many feet? I don't know how many feet. Here, they're doing all the work. They're going to, I'll unwrap it, I think. I'll undo my bungees and stuff and unwrap it and get stuff figured out. I'll have to be working on that tomorrow anyway with the wiring. But then they'll lift it up, they'll set it in place, they'll make all the connections, and basically get it tightened down, and then I'll take it from there. So yes, I'll need to move over then tomorrow. Yep, and that's what I'm going to do. That way I'll be able to reach electric tomorrow. So I use nylon straps and have them way to tighten them with a wrench. Yeah, you could do that. You know, my nylon straps are just a ratchet type. They work just fine. So looks like neighbor may be having their mast put up also. No, they just had theirs taken down, Mark. They just had theirs taken down. They're leaving in the morning. No, they're heading up the Hudson all the way to what is that? Ontario. Excellent, thanks. There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I am stiff. I am sore. Yes, I am glad to be in the Hudson, but man, the rules of the road are changed in the Hudson. So, yeah, I need more than just water. Hey, George Bass, what's up? No, not French. As well as can be pain every day, but I know there are people out there. Yep, yep, that's right. That's right, Frank. The outlet masseuse service. Boy, wouldn't that be nice, huh? Oh, oh man. Great done. Time to have a cold one for Captain Carl. Cheers, everyone. There you go, Chip. Are you close to where Pete's Secret? I do not know, Clint. Somebody else mentioned that earlier, or maybe you mentioned it earlier. I don't know. Nice hot shower. Yes, Gene. That's actually what I'm going to do as soon as I'm done with this live stream, is go over and take a nice hot shower and try to rest up my shoulder. So soon plan to buy from the same area. Oh, cool, Lee. That'd be awesome. No, they are not, Trav. A hot shower may help. Yep. Yeah, I don't have any Motrin, but I don't want to take any more pain meds. I had an upset stomach today from taking all the pain meds yesterday, so. Oh, time for that tequila sunrise. Yes. Yes, way past time for one of those. Yeah, Lee, there's a lot of boats in that Port Clinton area, Sandusky. There's a lot of boats in that area, all along Lake Erie. So quite a few of them there. Okay. Well, anyhow, guys, that's about what's going on here. I'm a little sore and tired, and I need to go take a hot shower, walk the dog, hit the restroom. Sometimes those little drinks help. They certainly do. Down the end of next month to look. Well, cool. Yep, that's right, Jared. That's right. So anyhow, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug on this. I know it's a short live stream, but I'm going to try to take a hot shower and rest up a little bit. And figure out what I'm going to do with the electric. So anyhow, guys, you guys have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Be good, be careful, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.